My name is Ashlyn Pierce. I'm a licensed clinical social worker who is operating out of East Tennessee. I'm here today to practice a meditation with you called Inner Peaceful Place. I like to use this meditation with my clients who are preparing to do EMDR or eye movement desensitization reprocessing. This is such a great exercise to ground yourself and just to experience a bit of quiet and a bit of peace. This exercise involves doing a little bit of bilateral stimulation, which is crossing your arms across your chest, doing a slow back and forth tapping motion, or putting your hands on your knees, doing a back and forth tapping motion. I've also had success doing this with folks who like to tap their feet instead. So what I do is I guide you through the process of envisioning a peaceful place, really sinking into that vision, really feeling what it's like to be there, the sounds, the sensations, the way you feel standing on the ground, just really heightening your awareness of everything around you. Really putting a focus on all the things that would be stimulating your senses. So before we begin, I invite you to get somewhere comfortable, somewhere safe, get a nice blanket, somewhere where you'll have just a moment of quiet to really focus on this exercise. So as we begin, I would like for you to close your eyes if you feel safe to do so, or just have a soft gaze toward the wall. I would like for you to imagine a place. Perhaps it's real, perhaps it's a place you visited, perhaps it's a place you met in a dream, or just one that you're making up in your mind. This place needs to be a space where you feel calm, where you feel peaceful, where you feel at ease. Perhaps this space is a cabin in the woods, a blanket on the beach. Perhaps it's just simply sitting on your couch in your home. Could be that you're standing in your garden, admiring the plants. Consider what you would be seeing right now. If you're at a cabin, maybe you're seeing a fireplace. Maybe you're noticing some paintings on the wall. If you're near a creek, maybe you're noticing rocks and the way the water flows across them. Maybe you're noticing moments of wildlife or trees rustling as the wind comes through. If you're at a beach, maybe you're noticing the seashells in the ground or the way the clouds look as they float by. I want you to think right now about the sounds. What are you hearing in your peaceful place? Perhaps there's the sound of animals in the distance, such as birds or frogs. Maybe you're hearing the wind as it rustles through some leaves. Maybe you're hearing a stream, the sounds of water trickling, the sounds of water flowing. I would like to invite you to imagine the smells. Perhaps it's that weird, clean smell that happens after a good rain. Maybe you're smelling the earth as you wander through your garden. Perhaps it smells like vanilla from a candle burning nearby. Or possibly the smells of blankets when they first come out of the wash. I want want you to imagine the things that you would be feeling right now. Are you feeling the firmness of the chair underneath you? Perhaps the solidness of the ground as you stand near a creek. Perhaps you're feeling a blanket that you have across your chest. Maybe you're feeling the warmth of a pet nearby. Really allowing yourself to notice those sensations. I want you to really take a moment and just consider all of the sights, the sounds, the smells, and the feelings. Allowing yourself to sink deeper into your inner peaceful place. Once you feel that your inner peaceful place is firmly built in your mind, I invite you then to cross your arms across your chest, or put them on your knees, or perhaps tap your toes. And I want you to slowly start tapping back and forth, left to right, as you imagine your inner peaceful place. Imagining the sights, the sounds, the feelings. Allowing yourself to sink deeper into that inner peaceful place. Just allowing yourself to notice what's around you. Practice taking some deep breaths for me, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, you can cease tapping for a moment. I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I invite you to take a second to consider what you're feeling right now. What are the sensations that you're noticing in your body? Are you noticing a lightness in your chest? Perhaps you're noticing that your mind feels less full of thoughts. Maybe perhaps everything's slowed down. You're feeling a bit of pause, a bit of quiet. Maybe you're noticing tension out of your shoulders. Maybe you're noticing that your stomach feels more settled. Really close your eyes and just take a deep account of what you're experiencing in your body. I would like to take this exercise a step further and invite you to think of a word that you can associate with this inner peaceful place. Perhaps it's the name of the place you went to in your mind. Perhaps it's simply the word peace, or pause, or quiet. Perhaps it's a word very personal to you. I invite you to take a moment and decide on your word. And when you're ready, Let's continue the exercise. I invite you to cross your arms across your chest once again, holding this word in your mind as you consider your peaceful place once again. Start tapping very slowly, and either out loud or in your mind, repeating your word over and over. Repeating your word over and over again as you consider what it's like to exist in your peaceful space. Repeating this word as you consider the sights and the sounds and the textures and the feelings. Repeating this word over and over as you slowly tap left to right, back and forth. Just considering what it's like to sink into that inner peaceful place. Over and over, just repeating your word. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you slowly bring yourself back to the present moment, opening your eyes slowly, adjusting your gaze. I would like for you to now consider perhaps a recent moment in your life where it would have been nice to have had this inner peaceful place on hand. Perhaps you were at a store and you felt a wave of anxiety, or maybe you were getting ready to go into an important meeting, or maybe you were just sitting at home and just needed to relax a bit deeper. I would like for you to consider what it would have been like to have had this inner peaceful place to go to in that moment. Would the outcome have been different? Would it have been the same perhaps? Just considering what it would be like to have had this inner peaceful place in that moment. I would also encourage you to consider what it would be like in the future if these same moments arise again, how you can use this inner peaceful place in a pinch to experience a bit of calm, a bit of peace, lessened anxiety, and how maybe you'll have the opportunity to perhaps respond a bit differently and respond in a way that feels good to you. I invite you to practice this exercise perhaps once a day, perhaps multiple times a day, really strengthening this space in your mind so that you can go to it in a pinch if you're having anxiety, if you're having stress, if you just need a moment of peace throughout your day. I hope that this meditation today was helpful for you, and I hope that it brings a bit of peace and quiet to your life. I hope that this is something that you can revisit in the future in a pinch. Thank you so much for taking the time to experience this meditation with me.